How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. You can hear me fine?
I can hear you good. Everybody hear us okay, both of us? I think that's a I think that's a yes.
Well, that's awesome. Wow. What just happened? Everything.
Hope everybody's doing okay this evening. As always, we appreciate your support every day more than the day before, and can't tell you how much we appreciate those of you that have supported Seth and Sebastian from day one, and anybody that came along the way. So we are eternally grateful.
I will always be grateful, and I appreciate all the help. We will find Sebastian. That is the only goal that I have. Uh, did you want to go ahead and address what you were speaking of?
Um, no, let's get in. Let's let you do your thing a little bit, and then we'll use that as a filler.
We have a whole bunch of people that are in chat, and I appreciate all of you. Just put up a new community post with Sebastian's picture on there if anybody's needing it so that they can go ahead and make copies, do prints. A lot of people in chat, a lot of new members for me 3 months. Hey Jude, prayers for Sebastian and Seth. Thank you. Hey Jude. Ginger girls cat mom. Is that a cat? That's a cat. She's been a member for 3 months. I appreciate that. Little Miss Sharon became a YouTube member. We have Mally Cat became a member. We have a new member by the name of Pamela. Thank you, Smokey Joe, for gifting one membership. Whoever received that, please tell them thank you. Deanna Downing, thank you for becoming a member. Fancy's mama, keeping Sebastian in my prayers. I appreciate that more than anything. I appreciate the prayers, power of prayer. We have Miss Nanette Whamhammer. I hope I didn't butcher your name. We love you too. We have Miss Diane Miller. She became a member. We have another new member. Keep up the chatter. Love your picture. Panda Bear's mom. Prayers to you and Sebastian, Sebastian's army. I appreciate that very much. We have Carrie Reiner became a member. Just a Girl Who Loves Frogs became a YouTube member. There is a lot. Girl Mom 2, Jen in Georgia. Just Jana, member for 3 months. Ginger, member for 2. Angel Wings. We are Sebastian, the Seth's Army. Keep the faith. And Just a Girl donated 5 memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We got Doodle Mom, who's been a member for 4 months. Sebastian's Army is here. We will bring him home. That is our goal. Find Sebastian and bring him home. Sword of Mormon became a new member. Gifted 1 membership. Thank you, Melanie. There's just so many people.
We can get moving, Seth, and then you can go back and we can thank some more people in the middle or at the end.
That's fine. I don't want anybody to think that I'm not, I appreciate everybody in here. Well, I know that it's been around. I did do the interview for America's Most Wanted for Sebastian. I do not know when it will air. I do know that I was on it, and from my understanding, they interviewed Chris and Katie as well. So hopefully it gets out there to people, and we'll have more people looking for Sebastian. As soon as I do know when it's going to air, I will definitely let everybody know. It will definitely be on there.
Seth, I just put that in the chat, buddy. It's going to be end of April or 1st of May.
Alrighty. I don't know who else is going to be on there. I just know that they came in and took a lot of pictures of Sebastian's room and my house and Sebastian's stuff. So,
how'd you feel about that, buddy?
mixed feelings. You know how I am about my house. You know how I am about my sanctuary. You really know how I feel about people going into Sebastian's room.
I do.
It's not one of my. It's not something I like to be doing, but I will. I will do anything to get Sebastian's name out there. Period. It's all that matters is getting his name out there to find him and bring him home.
And they specifically requested that, correct?
Yes, they did.
So for those that have not been in your home and certainly haven't been in Sebastian's room,
They'll get a.
what does that look like? Is that you go in and you tidy his room up, or you left it exactly the way it was, or just generally speaking, what does that look like?
I vacuumed his floor. I mean, after I put his room back together, pretty much, didn't really need anything done. His laundry is still on the end of his bed where he needed to put it away when he came home. I mean, he got some Christmas gifts that people sent in. They're on his bed as well. His Christmas gifts for me, his birthday gifts that came in, again, they're on his bed too. So when he comes in, he can see them. It's just one of the things that I've done is when me and him would go out, if I had to go, like if I needed a oil, or if I was, doing an oil change on my truck, or needed windshield wiper fluid or anything like that, or going to Walmart, always went through the toy section, always looking for like Hot Wheels or, anything for him to add. He's got so many Hot Wheels, and it's just like every time we find one that he didn't have, it was all right, buy it. It didn't matter if it was like Christmas or not, So it just ends up being a lot of stuff that I can't stop doing.
Right.
that I've been doing for, over a decade.
How did the interview go in general in your mind?
Well, I always think I suck on and bomb on interviews, but I was told that I did well. Um, I guess when the people that are interviewing tell you you did well, they've got more experience than at it than I am. I just over a year now, I've been doing things that I've never wanted to do. Never been a person to want to be in front of the camera, but nobody else is. Not for Sebastian's sake, so I want to do it. You know, it's not one of those things that you can just say no to. I can say no when my son is home. I can be like, nope, I'm not doing that. I don't need to be on camera anymore.
Right.
But until he comes home, I got to make sure that I'm out there spreading his name, getting his picture out there. So,
You have certainly done that in spades.
was there some sarcasm in there?
No,
You sure?
I'm 100% positive.
Because there's been some times that I'm pretty sure was I'm pretty sure you're like, oh, can't fix this, can't fix this.
Well, listen, you're a grieving father. You're not a content creator. You don't get, it's kind of like having your first child. You don't get a playbook and you have to learn as you go. And people don't or should not expect you to be a public speaker or a content creator or anything other than that. This platform was set up so that we could share some private things, some real information, and not having to feel like that we were playing favorites if we did or didn't share that information. And I think the reception from Sebastian's army to hearing you come on and speak and talk, I think that that speaks for itself. So you don't owe anybody anything that you haven't already given them, which is pleading for help and sharing your son's story and having a look inside of his life and childhood. And I think you've done a remarkable job of that.
Well, there's always more that can be done, which actually kind of brings to why I wanted to come live today. I know that there's people out there asking about the interview, so I figured I'd let everybody know about it. I know that addressing certain things that are going on right now in the YouTube world, the only thing I ask is that we keep it above the belt because our goal is to find Sebastian. My goal is to find Sebastian. I mean, I created Sebastian's army to help find Sebastian. That's the only goal. I mean, be great if we could find some more children too, but being a little selfish, I did this so I could keep Sebastian's name out there and find him.
Right.
I have been going through a list of numbers, and I will be sharing them on my community page later. And if anybody would like to assist with any of the calling, the faxing, sending emails, sending snail mail, all that sort of stuff, I would really appreciate it. He's, with the whole thumbnail and everything, it's like I don't know if anybody remembers Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, but I feel that I'm now in the middle of Where in the World is Sebastian. And I know that there's a lot of people in Sebastian's army, and they're all around the world. And I'm just asking everybody to help. Those pictures that will be put out there, the numbers and everything. I need help. We haven't found him. You know, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's any questions that people would like to ask. Obviously, not to do with anything in Pennsylvania, please. We'll not discuss anything about that. It is, I don't have the effort to put towards it. All my effort is going to find Sebastian. I want everybody to know that we are still getting leads in. We're still getting tips in. When they come in, when they come to me, I track them down. Same thing with Tony. Tony has been known to do that too. Even though he's a very, very busy man, he still finds time to help me, and I appreciate that, Tony.
Wouldn't have it any other way, buddy.
There's people out there I know that I don't talk too much anymore. Understand that it's not. Don't take it personal. I'm busy. I'm really busy. And if I'm not busy, I'm trying to put my head back on my shoulders to figure out what the next step is. It never stops. It just never stops. Searches are more along the lines of handing out flyers. I even have business cards that I hand out with Sebastian's picture on it. Hold on one moment, will you, Tony?
Yep. You want me to take it for a minute?
Yeah, let me, I want to grab.
Okay. Let me address a couple things that we certainly don't have control over, but want to address them. And I said this the other night when I was on a panel with Justin and Josh. If you've made up your mind that you don't care for me or for Seth, then odds are you're not going to be open in your way of thinking. You're probably not going to believe anything we say, which is perfectly fine. I can tell you that we are not guys that blatantly lie. I can tell you that when I started navigating through these YouTube streets, there was and still is three categories of creators. There's the creators that we don't care for or support, and there's good reason for that. And we don't attack them, nor do we go on panels and speak about them or mention them by name. There's creators that we support, and there's creators that we actually work with. And if any of you were in this situation and you were representing a mother or a father, you would definitively have those three categories. Now, maybe you wouldn't have those written down, and there is, in contrast to popular belief, there are no lists. There was a list put out by our Facebook uh, admin person of creators that she supported, that she thought that we would support, and I haven't seen the list. Probably the list was close to being on point, but there has been no list put out by Seth or I. And people can move around amongst those three categories. So we can have somebody we work with and something goes sideways and now we don't care for them or support them. We can have somebody that we support and we get to know them over time and it becomes somebody that we work with. And there's 5 or 10 creators that were that way. We didn't work with them at the beginning, but we work with them now. But I can tell you, and if you are a creator that we work with, that we have regular communication with, I would appreciate it if you would put in the chat if you have ever gotten any sort of a packet from us, any sort of a directive from us, um, any sort of
You need to put a 1 in chat if you ever have.
yeah, if you've ever got a packet or a demand or twisted your arm or told you what to do or what to talk about, put a 1. If not, then put a 2, please. But again, people aren't going to believe people that they don't like or don't care for. That leads me to the next thing, and then I'll let Seth jump back in. If you have a clip of something I've said or something Seth said, then you have proof that that was said. If you don't have that, then you don't have proof. And I would say the same thing for a creator that you may not care about. I think we owe them and everybody else the respect to judge people based off of what we see, not what we hear or feel. And I would encourage you to do that not only with us, but with any other creator, good, bad, or indifferent. I think that these YouTube folks are full of this person did this or that, but there's no proof, there's no clips, there's no anything. So, I we're not just like the world we live in. We're not always going to like everybody, but if you've got somebody in the community that you don't like, you don't have to speak poorly of them. You can just stay away from them. And I guess that's what we're asking. I know Seth and I are both very, very busy. And
I would like to say we have sent out flyers and bracelets and stuff of that sort. If you want to classify that as a packet, go ahead.
yeah, but outside of that, there's been nothing like that. And I'll get into a couple other things later. But as far as everything that's going on out here right now, as always, we're not really going to address any of that. I can tell you there was a creator that I did get on a panel to address with Justin and Josh, and to this day, I've never had anybody reach out to me and ask me to contact the creator. And I've been open to a conversation with people I didn't even care for. I'm always open to have a conversation. So if you've tried to reach out to me to have a conversation as a creator, um, most of you know I've had that conversation, even if we didn't necessarily see eye to eye, and I'm always willing to have that. So, but let's be done with that. And Seth, you can jump back in.
Oh, what is it doing that for?
Placing flyers at airports, that's a pretty good idea.
I'm working on something, Tony. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, let me jump into. I know everybody's going crazy right now over Jennifer Coffindaffer's live, and she alluded to, this case could be going cold, and she just her opinion, this or that. Jen is a very close friend of ours, and she is certainly a creator that falls into the category of people that we work with. We talk to her on a weekly basis. Jen has a strategy in the way that she does things, and we trust her and we trust her strategy. I wished that all of you in the chat knew what Seth and I know. I think if a lot of people knew what we knew, that these crazy YouTube streets would settle down a little. But I can tell you that this case is far, far, far from cold. Matter of fact, I would say that outside of the people on the ground searching, I would say that the people that are making the real headway now are working harder than they've ever worked. And I can tell you that Carter and Craddock and the TBI, Bobby Simmons and those guys, we communicate with Sumner County Sheriff's Office. I would say, what would you say, Seth? Every 2 or 3 days now? Is that fair? Some days, 5 days in a row.
I can't honestly answer that. My days run together.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I know that it's probably every 2 days. I mean, I'm communicating with them, one form or another.
and obviously the things that we learn in that communication, the things that we get cleared up, the et cetera, are not things that we can bring to the public. They're not things we can bring to the creators we work with, the creators we support, or the creators that we don't care for. The most important thing in the world I live in is that Seth, as the father, has an open line of communication with them, and we're not going to do anything to risk that. So please trust me when I tell you that this case is far from cold right now. And I don't think that Carter and his group could be doing any more than they're doing to bring Sebastian home. And I just ask Sebastian's army to have faith that those that are responsible for what happened to Sebastian will be brought to justice, and we will get Sebastian home. You okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm trying to do shortcuts, trying to remember Control C, Control V. It's a pretty big list. I'm just wondering if it's going to work like I'm hoping it does, or if I just overloaded YouTube.
I'll do a few thank yous. You cut in when you're ready. Elizabeth, thank you for the super sticker. Samantha, thank you for the super sticker. Phoebe, Australia, all the way from Australia, thank you for the super sticker. Gypsy, hope you're well. Thank you for the super sticker.
I froze YouTube.
Okay. It's like Wino, thank you for the super sticker. Lady Rob. Huh?
I said they've done a couple super stickers.
Okay, nice. Holly S, thank you for the super sticker. Girl Mom, I think you were thanked already, but thank you. We enjoyed meeting you and your husband when we were in Tennessee last time. Hope you guys are well. Hold on if we think. Robin, Chit Chat, thank you guys very much for the super stickers, super chats. Sister Krista, I like that name.
Isn't there a song that has that as the lyrics?
Sister Christian.
That's it. Yeah, I keep breaking YouTube. Well, this might take a lot longer than I thought.
Looks like Nick's in the house. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you, Nick. I know you're busy working all the time. I know there's been a couple bodies that have been found recently. None of those have been Sebastian. As soon as I find them, I'm normally on the phone talking to either the sheriff's department or the police department, whichever division's holding that. Well, it's not really. It's going to take a minute to do it. It's not doing it like I was hoping it would.
That's okay. You can go ahead.
yeah, it's, you know, as a particular female would say out there, it's about unity. And we need to stay unified no matter what comes along with it. Let's see. Rose, what other types of places can we hand out flyers? Schools, police stations, news medias, hospitals, churches, community outreach. Um, I have a whole document that I am actually trying. It's what I was trying to do right now, uh, to share it to my community post. I will be sharing it to my community post. It's large enough that it's freezing YouTube. But it is all 50 states with the Department of Transportations. It's got uh, every state's like Tennessee has TBI, Alabama has Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. All of these, done some research. I've got phone numbers. I've got mailing addresses, physical mailing addresses, fax numbers, phone numbers. I'm when I get that loaded up, I'm just going to ask for people to actually go into the comments and state where you've called, where you've either email or send snail mail. Send a flyer to them. It never fails. Every day I meet somebody after it's been more than a year. Even here in Clarksville, I meet people that don't know about Sebastian. And that's, it's disheartening at times. And it has to be fixed. It has to be corrected. And the only way I can do that is to get more numbers out there, more addresses, have more people put out flyers. Yes, Department of Education. If there is a Department of Education near you, go there. Take flyers. Speak to them. Have them go ahead because they can pass the flyers to the schools. Same thing with TSA. Same thing with your local law enforcement. I mean, we can't stop. I will let you know that Walmart, because I've seen some comments about Walmart keeps taking it down. I will let you know that the Walmart right over here next to my house, because there's a neighborhood market. I've been over there. I spoke to them and they knew me and they met Sebastian before he went missing. And I was like, you guys took his picture down. He lives less than a mile from here. And they turn around and put his flyer next to the board all by itself, and it stays there now. Every 3 months, they take them down. Every 3 months, they will rotate the pictures in. You have to stay on top of them. You have to. You have to go in there and ask them, or you have to call them up and ask them, and they'll put it back up, but it takes an effort. You have to call them. Most of the time, you have to talk to each individual store because corporate has them up there. But again, corporate rotates everything. It's their process. It's how they do it. And the only way to not do it is to, go in there and speak to them in person and tell them, ask them, don't tell them, but ask them to do that. And they will comply for the most part, and they'll put his picture back up there because they can always pull that picture back up and have it back up there. I I don't know if there's any questions or anything that you've seen, or
You know,
I know people have questions.
I just got a message that CNY had a question about clothing. So CNY family, if you're in here, can you ask that question again? Or if somebody saw that, can you re-ask the question? Let's see, thank you, Nicole.
Nick said it. His question was, does Sebastian have a Homer Simpson hoodie? No, not that I know of. All of his hoodies are here that he owns are here, but I've never known him to ever have any type of, The Simpsons or anything. Sebastian is pretty, when it comes down to like pictures and stuff on it and logos and stuff on his shirts and his clothes. If there's any type of, he normally sticks with either Minecraft, Transformers, Spider-Man, Batman, Star Wars. That I might have said that twice, but yeah, that's normally the stuff that he doesn't norm. Purple, not a chance. No.
Does Sebastian sleep with the light on, Seth?
He does not have a nightlight on, and he doesn't sleep with a light on in his room. Now, just remember all these questions that you ask. They're I can only answer for what he does here.
Yeah. And somebody named Nicole made a statement or a question that a lot of people were reacting to, but I tried to find her question, and the chat's moving so fast I couldn't find it. So Nicole, if you've got a question, or
I did hear about that CB Canada. I saw the video. That was not Sebastian. Funny story. I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I liked them when I was growing up. I had all the figures and stuff like that. Took really good care of them until, anyways. But I tried to get Sebastian to actually get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because cartoons back then normally had a moral point of the episode, but he didn't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought it was funny that he doesn't like them because not only are they ninjas, but they're great. And he just, nope, did not like it.
Sebastian's. Seth, I'm going to drop the email that somebody's asked that wants to volunteer. We are Sebastian's Army at gmail.com. Can you or one of the mods pin that, please?
I am not in YouTube right now, so Justin should be able to do that. Any of the mods should be able to do it. It's on the front page. It's on my page. I fixed it so links can get posted in chat too. Sebastian likes anime. The last one that he was really into was Sword Art Online. He's got others that we like to watch. But Sword Art Online, he was into that enough that he's watched all of them, and he has the video game on the PlayStation for it. He's also got Naruto. He's got a lot of, and these are all on his handheld device. But
yeah, somebody said Nicole just commented. I don't know if you're seeing it, Seth, but I'm not seeing it in StreamYard.
I don't know.
Maybe if somebody could copy and paste that.
I did see this one, but I have not been notified yet or seen a picture of it. I believe that was actually in on Justin's, and I haven't spoken to him since I started the stream.
Scranton Strangler says, "Where can we buy a bracelet or shirt?" You don't have to buy a bracelet. We'll give you a bracelet. If you email we are Sebastian's Army at gmail.com, no apostrophe, just we are Sebastian's Army at
Yes.
gmail.com, we can get you a shirt. Is that
They-
the old North Carolina lead, Seth?
yeah, I did go myself. No. Sebastian spoke English, and that's it. And that's it. He wasn't really like I was trying to get him to learn how to speak another language, and I'm hoping with us continuing to watch anime that I'll get him hooked on an anime that's only in Japanese, and it'll be enough of motivation for him to learn Japanese. I'm hoping, you know, got to figure out how to get your kids to learn. Sometimes it just takes thinking outside the box. Uh,
Said,
Nicole,
you see it?
speaking of Teresa, who was in Justin's chat and saw Sebastian in Kentucky at a doc. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Justin will be reaching out to me as soon as this live is over. Which I don't know.
We appreciate everybody that has these sightings. I think one of the things that surprises me is, it just literally takes 1 second to pull your phone out and snap a picture. And, we take pictures of all these random things. And I would just love it if some of these sightings, we could get a picture so you could at least say yay or nay. You know what I'm saying?
Tarot of Hope, I can't. All of his blankets are in his room. Every blanket that I have bought him is in his room. So it's me how he did not leave. He didn't take anything out of that residence when he disappeared. I mean, his shoes are still there. His backpack is still there. You are so welcome, K Mac. I know a lot of people were asking, and I know I didn't really respond to anybody. I know that there's questions, and believe me, I will. If it's Sebastian, everybody will know because you'll see me. I'll go live from my phone as soon as I find Sebastian. Well, honestly, I was not frantic. I mean, I can't really be frantic when you're responding to something like this. I guess some people might be. I went in there with a clear mind to see what was going on, and I do know that the dogs were there.
John Q, I hope you're doing well, buddy. I haven't seen your name in a while. Appreciate the kind words. Hope you're doing good.
You know, yeah, you're right. Miss Lisa says it's almost cheaper to buy a printer at Walmart than to pay someone to print flyers.
Doesn't Sumner County do those, Seth, or is there still a fee associated with it?
If I run out, I ask them if they have the funds, they will print me some. Otherwise, I go get them printed myself.
Gotcha.
It's like sometimes I'll put in, I'll be like, hey, I'm out of flyers. And then as soon as they let me know that they have flyers, but they still have to make sure it's within their budget. Because I go pick up 1,000 flyers from them. It doesn't take long to go through that. Yes.
Did LE tell us who the green hoodie person is? You don't have to say if you can't. Um, they did not tell us who the green hoodie person was, but we are 100% confident that they made contact with this person and that person is not affiliated with this situation, as per their statement.
They went as far as showing me the body cam that they had made contact with the individual. They did not show me their face, and they did not tell me their name because they don't want the individual harassed. But they did make contact, and it is definitely nobody I know. No idea, Beth. I do not know if they interviewed with Ellie. That I do not. They did not tell me. I just know that when they contacted me, I told them to make sure that they contacted Sebastian's mother. You want my opinion? My opinion is based off of,
Probably need to stay away from that one, buddy.
well,
We don't think you ran away.
law enforcement said they have no evidence he ever left the house. I'm going to answer this question. You may not like the answer, Miss Carmelita Dorsey. I hope I did not butcher your name too bad.
Seth, you can't answer that, buddy.
I am Sebastian's father. I believe the person responsible for his well-being and safety is the person he's living with when, period. So if I have him and something were to happen to him, I'm to blame. He was not here when he went missing. So I'm only human. I am not perfect. And yes, I blame his mom because she was supposed to be responsible for him. Don't know what happened to him, but that's just my opinion. My opinion is that if you're an adult watching children, you are responsible for those children. If something happens to the child or those children underneath your watch, you're responsible. That's just basic accountability and responsibility, my opinion. I hope that answers your question as much as I can.
Someone wants to know if you're moving with all the boxes in the back.
What box is in the bag?
The boxes that they see by your TV. No, he's not. He's not moving.
No. Actually, most of those boxes have Hot Wheels in them. And some of them are for ornaments for the Christmas tree, things along those lines. One of those is actually also a DeWalt rolling kit full of Magic the Gathering cards. So yeah, no, that wouldn't even hold my bookshelf for moving. Appreciate it though. We must keep the faith, keep the faith. God works in his own pace. And may not be, may not be fast enough for me. But then again, God teaches us patience in the worst ways. He is not a deep sleeper per se. Like, he's not a deep sleeper, but he definitely doesn't like to get up. Does he use his cell phone to wake up? Yes, he has an alarm on his cell phone to wake up. Has he slept through it? Yeah.
He's a kid. That's what kids do.
I'm an adult. I sleep through my alarm sometimes on my phone too. But good question. Good question. Let's see.
And let me, before you answer any other questions, Seth, please understand that if we don't like your question, we won't answer your question. If we come across as being tired, it's because we're tired. So we appreciate every one of these questions that are framed with good intentions. And, like I said, I think I speak for both of us when I say that we're just, we're tired. So we're trying to do everything we can to be polite and friendly. Sometimes we miss the bubbly and happy part of that, but just want you to hear it from us that we do appreciate the questions and we'll do our best to answer them. You know who that is? You know who that is, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. I do. Yeah, I know who it is. I'll open my chat. Will there be a spring search? Understand that we're tracking down every rabbit hole, every tip that comes in. That is the stage that we are at. I personally don't believe my son has been hiding for 14 months out in the woods, 8 miles from his mom and stepfather's house, playing, in the woods. Law enforcement definitely went through there. I know that several other agencies that law enforcement spoke with has gone through there. I don't believe my son's hiding in the woods. I believe that he is elsewhere. That's why I run down every one of these leads that I can. Any lead that comes to me, it's a rabbit hole, and I will go down it. Right, Tony?
That's it.
Um,
We have
I don't know if they didn't hear me or not, but I already answered that one.
we have followed leads that we thought were really something that turned out to be absolutely nothing, and we've not really wanted to follow leads down and followed them and turned out to be something interesting. So, when if you could put yourself in this situation where somebody you loved was missing, you just can't sleep at night if there's a tip that came in that you didn't follow up on. I mean, it's just it's one of those things that's built into you as a parent where you just feel like that you've got to, unless you definitively know it's no good, then you've got to follow it up. And sometimes that means driving halfway across the country.
Well, Tony, you've got a tip that came in, and you called me up, and you were like, "Can you go ahead and pack an overnight bag and head to this address?" And I called you 30 minutes later, and I was already on 24 heading.
What was that one? That was about 5 hours away, right?
Yeah, that was I don't know, Tony. I don't even know.
I didn't ask you if you were tired or you were well rested or any of that, did I?
Doesn't matter.
Because I knew what you were going to say. You were going to say, "Hey, I'll get on the road. I'll get a Red Bull, and when I need to sleep, I'll pull over."
What's funny is that actually I keep my bug out bag right there, and it's packed with 3 days worth of clothes. I just pick it up and go. It's got my laptop. It's got everything in there. Question: his hair could be dyed, facial features changed over a year's time. Can anyone do a professional age progression photo and with dyed any color, with hair dyed any color? I think it would help.
That's a good idea.
We can put it in.
I would think that Carter and his group ought to be able to help us with that.
Well, I'll reach out to them, see what they can do. Pretty sure that his nose hasn't changed much. His eyes haven't changed much. I'm pretty sure he's over 5'5" now. I mean, and I'm hoping he's well fed wherever he's at. Email address for anybody that needs it. Justin said that they can't pin. I will attempt to take care of it. Brenda Sue says we have 3,000 people in here. I appreciate that. After a whole year, can it be determined? Can it be? No. I mean, within 2 months, whatever he had on, I doubt that he's still wearing.
I think that I think what she's saying is that do we still even know what shirt he was wearing when he went missing? And I think Girl Mom, we spoke about that at dinner that night. I mean, we're not going to get involved in attacking other creators. We're not going to get involved in attacking the mother or the stepfather, but I will speak for myself and I can speak for Seth Rogers when I say that if we had a child go missing under our care, we would know everything that child was wearing. We would remember the way the child's hair was. We would remember everything about that night. But specifically the pants, the shirt, it wouldn't be one of three, this shirt or that shirt. If you know that there's three that are similar, you take the two that are still there and you roll those out and you know which one specifically it was. And I don't believe that we've still got specifics about what shirt he was wearing. Was it a black shirt that had a Spider-Man picture on it? Did it have a character on it? I mean, no specifics. And that just blows me away.
It does. But Joni Claire says she will plaster Wilcox, Arizona, and get flyers in the hands of state troopers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tennessee nurse, does he shower before school or before bed? At my house, he would take a shower before bed. There's nothing like being clean when you lay down in clean sheets. You sleep better. And that's the way it operates here. As for his mama's house, I've heard that he takes a shower when he gets up.
You have trouble sleeping at your house, buddy?
No.
CNY family says Katie said he was more active at night and had trouble sleeping. Did he have trouble sleeping at your house? So I guess that's a no.
He didn't have trouble sleeping. In fact, sometimes it was like he would sleep for 10 or 12 hours at my house in one day. Now, if he was here for a week because he's on vacation or whatnot, he up all night long, playing video games, watching TV. What kids do. Like, oh, it's nighttime, let's stay up, because that's not what they get to do normally.
Justin, you're exactly right, buddy. I mean, we can't really answer questions related to Chris and Katie. We don't have any criminal attorneys guidance or anything like that. In contrast to popular opinion, Seth only has a family attorney that's not really involved in this case at all. But we know what we can do and can't do to keep our relationship where it is with Sumner County, and we can't really answer questions or give opinions or attack Chris and Katie, so we're just not going to do that. But we will answer questions about Sebastian, about Seth, myself, or anything non-attack related.
I think I'm way behind in chat. Yeah, I'm about 20 minutes behind in chat. I do not know. National Center for Missing and Exploited Children does age progression at 2 years missing. I will reach out to, I'll reach out to at night, and I will see if they can do it. And I will do the same thing with Sumner County. I'll even reach out to my contact with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and see if they can do it. Sorry, I'm writing down notes. Unlicensed life coach. It was Larry Ninjaga costume and not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. Oh, I was wrong. Sure did look like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle though.
Seashell asked if we needed volunteers to help with anything. I think that we're going to get to a point where we start uh, making these phone calls and whatnot. And I think that if you would email we are Sebastian's Army at gmail.com with your name and phone number, I think there could be a time coming soon where we will need some volunteers. Wouldn't you say, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen this list that I have of numbers and stuff I've been going through, dude. I mean, all 50 states plus uh, even have numbers for U.S. embassies across the world. Um, I've been working on that one. It's
One thing we need to do too is we need to thank our billboard girl. She's still got these permanent billboards that are running all throughout Tennessee, surrounding states, and other states.
You want me to use her name or just say thank you?
Just her first name.
You would.
Yeah, it's okay. You can use her first name.
All right. Just want to make sure. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate everything that you're doing. I really do. I know that you do it, you don't complain about it, and you ask for more. And I don't like putting a lot of stuff on people's shoulders, but I appreciate the fact that you're alleviating some of the stress on mine.
And I can tell you, it's not easy getting people to donate permanent billboards, completely free of charge. And I watched that campaign unfold, and it was the better part of a month working every day to get those. And now we've got these companies that are calling and asking her, hey, we've got another spot available. Would you like it? This is where it's at. It may not be in the area. And of course, our answer is always yes. But again, you can't tell you how much we appreciate that, because these are places where there's thousands and thousands of cars driving by a day. So
I agree with Dancing Queen. Definitely need to bring back, putting missing children on milk cartons. I don't understand why they stopped. Not only did it bring awareness for the missing children, but at the same point in time, kind of let your own child know that they need to be aware of their own situation, so that they're more observant. Seth, do you and Sebastian have a favorite place to fish that you like to fish? Well, Sebastian has a favorite place he likes to fish. It's wherever he can sit down. All right. Me, I like to make sure there's fish there. They're one of the places that he likes to fish is here in Montgomery County. There's a high school, and it's I think it's Montgomery. I think it's Montgomery High School. It's out on 149. They actually hold fishing tournaments and stuff out of that lake. It's right there on pretty much on school property. When you're fishing, you can see the whole school. If you're in class, you can look out at the lake. It's pretty nice. Um, that's normally where he likes to go fishing, because there's a place to do a fire, there's a place to cook food, and there's a bench, and it's mowed so he can sit down with his chair, and there's a signal for his phone so that he can listen to music, play video games on my phone while we're fishing. Me, I like to go fishing where there's fish. Um, I like Yellow Creek, Yellow River, Red River. All of that runs into the Cumberland. You just got to get past the nasty pollutants that are here in Tennessee. Because I like to eat what I catch.
CNY family at night had mentioned a tip uh, about New York. Can you touch on that? I'm in New York. I have to get with Nick on that, CNY. I think I remember hearing something about that, but I'll get with Nick on that for sure. Appreciate you offering to help. Uh, Certainly use people helping in every state. So thank you very much for that.
I answered that question. The dogs were there when I was there. The video for that, it was too dark and grainy for me to be able to see anything. Well, I'm a dad, so my my 14-year-old son has a crush on Taylor Swift. All right. Well, I'm not a Swifty, and yeah, he had a crush on Taylor Swift. Can't blame the kid. I mean, hormonal children or teenagers. Of course they have, but yes, he did like Taylor Swift. Yes, I let him listen to some of it. Not one of my favorite things. Nothing against her. I just don't, you know, my opinion of Taylor Swift is she writes a lot of songs about bad choices in men. You know, don't know what to tell her, except for obviously she's making bad choices considering that. Yes, but Sebastian did have a crush on her. Um, Nick's over here. Volunteer at night dot agency if you want to help volunteer for them.
We've got people that are helping us both, that are helping us, helping them. So whether one of us gets the volunteer or the other one, they'll get where they need to be.
Lady Freedom, what's not to like about turtles in a half shell? Turtle power. I love you, Sebastian Wayne, all the way to the moon and back. Hopefully, he is not on the moon in a Tesla. Yeah, as soon as I'm off this live, I'm going to take care of that one. Um, I will let you know that I just shared his flyer on my community post, so that way people can print off the newer one. Sebastian have bedtime routines. Again, at my house, yeah, it was, take a shower, brush your teeth, make sure you wash your hair and your face, and you're a guy, wash underneath your delicacies. Um, and then get out of the shower, brush your teeth, put on deodorant, then get jammies on, and you know, from there it was more, after the shower, relax, hot shower, kind of relaxes him better, and get him ready. And I know that, he was 15. I still tucked him. You know,
Love Wins had a question. when the live is over, you're going to go back and read all the comments to make sure you didn't miss anything or any, all ideas. Absolutely. I can tell you that Seth goes back. I do not, but Seth goes back and reads every single comment. I know that for a fact. And he reads comments that are after the live is posted. He reads those comments as well. So he, anybody that didn't get thanked tonight, obviously we appreciate and thank all of you guys. But, you know, we certainly will see the comments. If we don't see them now, we'll see them later.
Did I miss AMC's question?
Yeah, guys, you got to understand how fast this chat is going, and neither one of us have claimed to be content creators, so we're still kind of learning at this. So please be patient with us. I'm not seeing AMC's question, but
I thought AMC asked the question earlier, and I thought I posted and answered it.
yeah, you can ask it again. And we're getting pretty close to getting ready to shut things down. So,
Yeah,
but if you want to ask that question, AMC, we're certainly not ignoring you.
I will. Hold on. I don't know where in Kentucky, but I will find out, Nicole. And I've already got somebody that's. I'm sorry, Deborah. I've already got somebody in Kentucky that's messaged me. They're waiting to go check it out. There someone found today at a St. Jude? No, that the St. Jude's was last year. They found bones, and it turned around being over 100 years old, because there's a lot of where they're building now is on an old cemetery, and that's what they were digging up, was old bones. So yeah, no. Still don't know where. I haven't seen it. I missed a question from Smiley. Please go back on the news. That's what I've done with my daughter. I don't know if Sebastian would even know how to use Discord. I mean, I use Discord for all my D&D campaigns and any of the games I'm on. But Sebastian, I know he didn't have an account, and I don't think he would even know how to use it. Sam, and he is not a deep sleeper. Didn't I answer that question? I'm swearing I did, because it depended on his mood. I mean, he's a 15-year-old child. If he was watching cartoons, he might start talking about Minecraft. If he's playing video games on his Switch, then he likes to talk. He likes to tell you. It's not really talk. He likes to tell you what he's done. He's like, this is what I did in my game, and then he'll sit there and tell you everything that he's been doing. To me, it was always the easiest way for me to communicate with him and get him to start to talk to me, was to ask him, what are you playing? What have you done? What have you accomplished with it? I'm sorry. Love wins. Sebastian did not have braces or a retainer. I will figure out where that is. Time. See, I like that one. Time to FAFO. Hello, Raven Wolf. I did answer the one about Missouri. I don't believe it was Sebastian. It was too young. I do not play Death by Daylight. I have no idea what that is. I can't answer that question. I have no idea. I don't know if they would do an infomercial on Sebastian. I don't think they have that. Would be nice if places like Prime, YouTube, any streaming that they sit there and like Pandora does, they have commercials and stuff. It'd be nice if they actually had missing people on there, missing children on that. They should be, instead of selling that space for, to somebody for their advertisement to buy a new car. I think our children are more precious than a new car. uh it'd be really nice if we could get them to say actually do that. I mean, there's just so much that I don't see big companies doing because it doesn't affect them. And missing children, missing people in general should affect everybody in a civilized world. Justin said he's on it. I don't know what he's on, but he's on it. Have either of you seen my comments? Just saying, we see your comments. And I will say hi to you too.
Hello, Ida. We appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all thinking I'm an amazing father. I just try to be a father. Um, I don't know. You're dead right, Tony. I'm still behind in chat. I mean, I'm at 750 in chat. There's no way I can keep up. Sebastian was. I know I was. You know, I think you might have the Seth and Sebastian mixed up, but Sebastian was aware. Black Hawk, I can't answer that question. And Lisa, Sebastian's favorite one is, I don't know about algebra, but math was one of his favorite subjects. I mean, I cannot. Um, at night, it does their own investigations. They do pass things to me, but anything that they're doing at the border and what Dog is doing, that is a complete separate entity. They'll let me know if they want me to know. But at the same point in time, Nick knows what I'm doing. He knows what leads I'm tracking down, so that way we can check them all off. Thank you, John Q. I don't have a choice, though. I mean, I will be on this case until my son is found.
Seth, check the private chat, buddy.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, we've been on for an hour and a half. No wonder. Well, I hope I was able to answer some of y'all's questions. I hope I was able to fill you in on some of the stuff that's going on right now. Tony, do you have anything to say?
No, just if you see something, say something. Try to stay focused on Sebastian. Seth or I, neither one can force you to support us. Even if you support Chris and Katie, you're still supporting someone who has a missing child. So, we would just ask you to.
I ask you to support finding Sebastian.
100%. This attacking back and forth and whatnot. I mean, it's just not productive. And everybody says, "Did you see this? Did you see that?" I don't see any of that unless somebody sends it. And most of you that are close to me know that I don't like seeing any of that. Neither does Seth. So we don't watch channels that we don't support. We're not. If they're keeping Sebastian's name out there in any way, we're grateful for that. But we don't get involved in all the minutia. We just ask you guys to keep Sebastian at the forefront. And, it's kind of like the world we live in. We don't all have to get along, but if we're all patriotic Americans, then we've still got something in common. And here in this situation, if we all want Sebastian found, then that one thing right there ought to be enough to keep us from fighting with each other. So it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of drama. It doesn't need to happen. And, if you're firing shots at us, we're not seeing it anyway. We've got everybody trained not to bring it to us. So we just keep it moving. We're busy. We got things to do. We got a child to feed. I'll close in saying, to all the mods, to chat, to anybody in Sebastian's army that wasn't able to make it tonight, we appreciate you tonight as always and moving forward. So thank you. God bless you. And we hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Sebastian's army. I believe that we're done. Thank you, thank you, Tony. Sorry to take time out of your day too.
No worries, buddy. No worries. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you again, everybody. Thank mods, chat, Sebastian's army. I thank everybody for showing up tonight. And I will have that put down in my on my community post so that people can reach out through numbers and help bring Sebastian home. Until then, have a blessed evening. Please keep the faith. Sebastian strong.
Good night, y'all.